Welcome to Rocky Mountain High School tonight in Poudre School District Athletics. Sorry about that start there. We've just had a little camera issue and connections. But anyway, this is David Haase tonight, along with Sean Corbett and Cody McCoy on production. Rocky Mountain Fossil Ridge girls about to tip off. We had a internet issue that we've gotten slightly resolved, but you'll be watching this later on replay. Stay tuned though. Tip-off handled there. Jones over to Longshore. Fenwick, McDonald, and Town on the court. Stefik, Ashley, and Sammy Stefik both. Britt Mishak, Reagan West for the SaberCats, along with number 2, McKenna Schultz. First shot by Longshore up, out of bounds, back out to the SaberCats. Interesting game here tonight, too. We'll see if the depth of the Rocky Mountain can overcome the leadership and the ball handling, obviously, along with Stefik. Both Ashley and Sammy Stefik, strong ball handlers. Guard play is a big part of the seniority you get when you have an outstanding senior guard. Sammy Stefik, along with Anna Haugen, two of our city leaders in that respect. 3-year starters for both Coach Sauls and Coach Glessman respectively. Pass set aside that time, knocked away, down the floor, scramble for it, picked back up by Ashley Stefik. Lobos out in a 1-2-2 zone. See Britt Mishak going in and out there. Gavin McDonald, though, showing some of that soccer quickness, takes off with it. They'll lose the handle. Nice job by Sammy Stefik driving in, draws the foul from Lena Longshore. One thing we'll talk about tonight was the speed of the Lobos. We're going to have a lot of athletes on the floor, multiple sport type athletes. If you're going to have a program that would go back and forth as multiple athletes, you want to do that. Sometimes that keeps your on-court prowess to a little later in the season, but both these teams having a great year. Welcome to those watching it on Stream It Sports, streamitsports.com/PSD. A 2-for-2 start that time by Sammy Stefik. Lobos in their man-to-man. Town on the drive. Up, short rebound by Fenwick. Town on the drive this time. She's going to pick up the foul. Foul called on Sammy Stefik, number 3. Talking about those leaders on each of these teams. Scoring leader for both teams and one of the tops in the area, and tops for all the 5A schools is Sammy Stefik. Blocked from behind by Mishak on Town that time.
This is going to be an interesting matchup tonight just because Fossil, we talked to Coach Sauls, and he's more worried about his bench, so we're going to kind of see who on the bench is going to step up for Fossil, and if Rocky can kind of keep that up-tempo,
Rocky's
just whole style of play.
There's no one's going to run with them, but then Rocky won't have as strong a guard play, which few will have, with you see with Sammy Stefik out front. And the guard play in high school is such an important deal. So I was talking about Stefik averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds a game. That's certainly what you want in your floor general. Foul, though, called on Reagan West, her first. Second team foul on SaberCats. Sarah Jones at the line. Second one coming. Thanks for tuning in to PSD TV Channel 10. Shot, that one was off. Rebound. Stefik down court to Schultz in the corner. Long three-pointer. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net by Ashley Stefik there, the freshman from downtown.
And that's just shooting with confidence. She got her feet set. She was about 3 feet off the line, but it doesn't matter.
Up and had it going. Jones that time goes in, no call. Good no call, I think, that time, because wasn't so much contact that altered her shot. Mishak was squared up. Gets the shot to fall, 5-3 early going. SaberCats lead. Blocked from behind that time, tipped it into the backboard. Rebound by McDonald.
And it wasn't necessarily the Rocky press up front. It was more near the backside, made her kind of rush into that layup.
Three-pointer from the SaberCats off. Rebound back, though, on the ground by McDonald. Jones plants her feet, three-pointer up off the rim, backside rebound by Stefik. And a quick timeout taken by Coach Sauls from the SaberCats. You're watching Stream It Sports.
I am UC Health.
I am UC Health.
I'm Pam, and I am UC Health. I find the most rewarding thing about working at University of Colorado Health is that the system really truly cares about patients and outcomes. We are sincerely involved and engaged in making sure that our community is as healthy as possible.
Our roots run deep at the University of Colorado Health. Share your roots at imuchealth.org.
We're back here, Rocky Mountain High School. The 16-4 Rocky Mountain Lobos hosting the 11-7 SaberCats. Both teams are in the top half of the Front Range League. Cody, it's where you need to be. This is those separation games, though, isn't it? Now, if you get more than 3 or 4 losses, it's pretty tough in this very competitive conference.
Yep, and we've talked about it this year, or the last few years. They've added Broomfield, so now you play all these.
Oh, yeah, one of the top powers in the state.
Yeah, you play these in-school rivals only once. You don't really get a redemption until 365 days later. So these games are huge.
SaberCats break the press, but try the entry pass and lose it on the inside. Stolen by the by the Lobos back down court. Still man defense. Cutter Jones goes in. I tell you, Sarah Jones does a great job of taking the ball and going right up with it.
Yeah, I don't know how that pass got through. There was 4 Fossil defenders sitting there in the paint.
Everybody had a hand up and just missed it. But you can tell right now the attitude for the Lobos would be to maybe test that bench for the SaberCats and go right at them. That's the 3rd foul, first one on Mishak. Sarah Jones leading scorer for the SaberCats. 11 points a game and 6 rebounds. Had a higher average early in the season, hurt her knee and had to sit out quite a lot of time. Second one's off, rebound by Gab McDonald. She's going to get a foul too. Reagan West from behind. Gab McDonald's just another one of those great stories athletically. She's already a medalist in the state in track and the shot put in the discus, and a standout goalie for a very good girls soccer team.
Yep, play as many sports as you can in high school.
Oh,
definitely worth it.
So that will be the 2nd foul on Mishak as she goes in the line. I thought it was actually going to be called on West, but it wasn't. Substitution did there. Jones gets the play. Nice block, though, right into the game for number 35 for the SaberCats. Riley Dunn, the sophomore. Good block on Jones' interior shot.
And turnovers just hurting Fossil.
Yeah, right now they're trying to get the ball inside over and over again, and with not much success.
And they're getting it into the paint. It's just that's at the point of the turnover for them.
Stefik down court. Sister driving on in. Nice off the glass. Ashley Steffik's got 5 of the 7 points for the SaberCats. They lead 7-4 with 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Nice pass, Lena Longshore, a little curl drive, finds McDonald by herself up off the glass. Lobos kind of in that passive 1-2-2, trying to force that errant pass, aren't they?
Yeah, and Fossil's breaking it up front. It's just when they're getting into the paint, they're just rushing it just a little bit and making that turn. But I think they finally figured something
out there. Thought there had been a travel call that time, a pivot foot and a changeover, but the hook shot was good. 9 points now for the SaberCats, 9-6, and 7 of those coming just from Longshore. Goes up, drive doesn't fall. Nice rebound by Dunn. Schultz down the corner looking across now. Rocky in his zone. Actually got back out of the zone in man-to-man. So his first couple minutes of every game where that adrenaline starts to wear off, everybody kind of slows down. Jones rebound off the 3. Rocky, though, kind of congregating under the basket. There's been 3 long shots that have gone back off. Jones jumper in middle lane, short. No Lobos under the basket that time. Nice job on the screen out.
Yeah, Fossil doing a great job on defensive rebounding. They've gotten just about everyone. Everyone's boxing out. But another turnover for Fossil.
Yeah, well, that was a push-off. Offensive foul called. You can extend that arm only so far, but if you push somebody away from you, which is easy to do. Sarah Jones out now. Holly Mackey, leading 3-point scorer, second leading scorer for the Lobos, checking in.
And that's what makes a coaching staff upset, is just you're playing great defense, you're solidifying the rebound, but you're not even giving yourself a chance to score. And give Rocky credit, they're flying around on defense. They're kind of confusing Fossil, and
well, that'd be
it's working.
They'll play helter-skelter all night long. They'll fly a lot of bodies at you. Foul was on Schultz, her first.
Oh.
Yeah, tried to make that pass, and what caused that turnover basically was the extension of the defense out there. Nice job of popping out and blocking that Kylie Metcalf out there on the edge.
Yeah, great denial by Fossil. I mean, she might have been open on the back door, but she just slid that foot a little
Guzman
bit.
checked in, number 5 now for the SaberCats. Entry pass stolen away by McDonald, tapped to Fenwick. She's down court, hustle. Shot doesn't go. Rebound by McDonald. She puts it back up and in. Great way to hustle down court and clean it up, isn't it?
You always need someone there busting their booty on the backside to get all of those rebounds.
9-8. Nice cross-court pass that time, and Metcalf did a good job of going right to the rim. She's going to go to the line. Second foul on the SaberCats. Actually, it's 2 fouls now on Longshore. 9-8 with 2:38 left here in the first quarter. The SaberCats lead. First shot by Metcalf up and good. Substitution for the SaberCats. Done out and in now number 21, Tyler Hobbs. Jade Gozar in now for Fenwick for the SaberCats. Second shot coming. Doesn't fall. Beats the inside. Those SaberCats or Lobos not getting a good check out. Offensive board off of a free throw. Just one of those Coach's Ulster moments, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like you think they kind of boxed them out, but they didn't fully commit and didn't release
you
at the right
got to get
time.
a body on a body, don't you? Guzman spin move in off the glass. Doesn't go. Again, another rebound from behind, though. Town's going to be called for the foul. Lobos have got to quit running underneath the basket to rebound.
Yeah, and then when the ball goes up, they're just kind of looking around, not really hitting anyone.
You got to find somebody, put a body on them.
The ball seems to always find the one offensive player when no one boxes out. The basketball gods will not allow it.
Nope, you're right. Tyler Hobbs. The first one, second one coming. Substitution, Jones back in now for Longshore. Longshore to the bench with those 2 fouls. 11-8 right now, SaberCats lead. Second one coming now from Hobbs. That one rims out. Rebound McDonald. Gozar on Guzman tonight will be certainly a very quick tempo game. 2 really outstanding front point guards. So timeout taken by the Lobos coach. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, active finish application in the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Back here now, Lobos inbound. Town picked up out front by Schultz. Handoff to Gozar, goes the lane. Wide open, doesn't get it to fall. Rebound McDonald, fade away. That doesn't go. Nice job on the block out. Metcalf kicks it off to Stefik.
Yeah, made a great move. I think she kind of realized she was open for a layup. She's trying to do that little floater. Realized she could take a little another step.
Wasn't expecting that big a gap. Guzman penetrates, goes the middle, it falls. Nice touch off the glass. Emma Guzman, number 5 there. Coach Matkin wanting a little bit of a moving screen there. Town goes in, ball stolen away by Guzman, scramble on the floor. Picked up by Schultz, she's going down court. Mackey does a nice job of stripping her, knocking it out of bounds. It'll stay on that end though for the SaberCats. 13-8, 1:16 left here in the first quarter. You listen to David Haase, Cody McCoy, Sean Corbett's on camera tonight. Inbounds play back inside. Oh, it's just well run. Kick the pass out, throw it right back into the inbounder, who's Sammy Stefik, the one person you cannot ignore.
Yeah. And Rocky is fully aware. They've played him at many years.
Yeah.
So they know exactly what's going on.
Turnaround stolen away, the pass from Jones by Guzman. SaberCats, both teams doing a really good job of getting into passing lanes. Sammy Stefik, though, from downtown and knocks one down. 18-8, a 10-point lead with 46 seconds left in the first. Timeout, Lobos.
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
We're back here at Rocky Mountain High School. Thanks again to our banner sponsor this year, Rocky Mountain Youth Sports, Rocky Mountain Fever, the premier club basketball program in Northern Colorado. If you want to be playing varsity basketball at the big school level, Rocky Mountain Youth Sports is a very good way to start, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Coaching an 8th grade team right now, then I've played for the Fever for 2 years.
Yep.
They were a big part of my high school experience.
Gozard inbound now to Town. Jones, McDonald, and Mackey on the floor. Guzman, Schultz, Stefik, and Wes on the floor. Actually, Hobbs on the floor for the SaberCats. Gozard inbound, kicks it in, stolen away. Goes in, lose control. Got to get under control on the penetration there. It's one of those you don't have to be in a hurry all the time when you've got that penetration. Just get your head up, take that shot.
Yeah, that can be just a little frustrating when you're a coach when you call a timeout to kind of set something up, kind of relax the girls, get them back on track, and another turnover happens.
Stefik pushes the drive, gets to go in. Tell you what, they're really letting them play with contact down below because there's been both sides now at both ends, quite a lot of inbound, just like we're seeing right there now. McDonald just got pushed, knocked all around by Hobbs.
And it's great, but if they keep it, they got to keep it consistent. They can't get all ticky-tacky in the second half or second quarter.
Exactly.
It's all about being consistent, and coaches will be happy with that.
And as the clock runs out in the first quarter, ball does not fall for the SaberCats, but they've had a great first quarter at Rocky Mountain. Some hot shooting from the outside. They lead 20-8.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am UC Health.
I am UC Health.
I'm Jill, and I am UC Health. Laughter clubs bring people together in ways that are unmatched. It helps you decrease stress. It helps you relax more. So at UC Health, they allow us to embrace the community, embrace our members, and do some really wonderful things.
Our roots run deep at the University of Colorado Health. Share your roots at imuchealth.org.
Welcome back to Rocky Mountain High School. Started the second quarter now. SaberCats lead the Lobos 20-8. SaberCats with the ball. Pass inside to Stefik. Little runner doesn't go. Rebound by McDonald. Very physical, high-paced first quarter, but some good shooting by the SaberCats has led to a 12-point spread.
And turnovers are kind of hurting both teams.
And both teams have been very careless with the ball. And as you said, right on cue right there, a bounce pass at the knees. Substitution now for the SaberCats into the game. Number 10, Victoria Graham, sophomore. Gavin McDonald gets a rest. Long down-court pass. Nobody's paying attention to the far end. Guzman layup doesn't go. Wow, we got players all over the floor here. What a great competitive effort tonight. Gozard down court. Almost loses control. Keeps it back. Mackey from the baseline. Doesn't go. Rebound underneath and tied up. I mean, the effort is great. Both these teams are competing like crazy, but right now it's right on the edge of being out of control, and you just need to kind of settle down. It's that in-town rivalry you talk about, Cody. You really want to push it, but close to the edge. 5 team fouls so far for the SaberCats, 3 for the Lobos. Gozar's going to inbound now. West back on the court for the SaberCats. Gozar just alertly has to throw it off of the leg of Ashley Stefik. Otherwise, they'd had a 5 count. You've only got 2 players moving for the Lobos right now. Have to take it out deep. Town catches over the top. Mid-range jumper. Off the glass, doesn't go. Wow. I don't know what to say. They're calling it the same way. I've seen 3 games this year where we'd have 5 players with 3 fouls already.
Yeah, and no coaches. I mean, the coaches aren't saying too much. They know it's been consistent. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, going to the floor, and now we're going to get a foul called. Kylie Towns on the floor spinning around and hustling down to get down low to get it. Riley Dunn is called for the reach.
Out of all the things.
Yeah. So that's a 16 foul on the SaberCats. One more puts the Lobos in the single bonus. Substitution back into the game. Guzman.
Great ball pressure.
Jones on the drive, fall away, doesn't go. Underneath, and then that was an easy one to call. There's Ashley Stefik get a pretty good push on the Lobo rebounding.
And that's the 3rd straight offensive rebound Rockies come up with. So we were talking about them on the offensive side.
I think Coach Mackin might have brought that up. Single bonus now for the Lobos. Victoria Graham, the sophomore, at the line. Short off the front rim. SaberCats bring it back down. Still man defense for the Lobos, has been the whole second quarter. 6.5 to play, still 20-8. No score so far in the quarter. And as I say that, Ashley Stefik from way downtown.
And
red hot here in the first half.
That's just shooting. Chad Saltz comes from the coaching school of Matt Johansson, who wants his shooters to shoot.
Mackey steps back. Her first shot was at a clear and contested shot. We talked about during the break, your top 3-point shooter really hasn't had any looks. That time she knocks one down.
Yeah, she needs to be looking to get her shot off if they're going to come back into this game.
Jones with the rebound, back across, tries to throw a cross-court pass to Gozar, up in the middle. And this one's going to be an and one. Graham inside, nice dish from Gozar. She gets to go to the line. Knocked us down to a 10-point game. Sarah Jones on the defensive glass just took it down court, cross-court pass to Gozar, back inside to Graham, and that's just about filling lanes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you go baseline, most defenders are going to all take their attention to the person going baseline, so that leaves usually the big guy just sitting right in the middle there. They just need to catch it and go up strong.
Fenwick back now for Town for the Lobos. Free throw doesn't go, but on the ground, picked up by Mackey. Gozar drives to the middle, runner doesn't go. And a reach foul is called now. So apparently if you're reaching, we've seen the
anything
call.
else is game, fair game.
Yeah. Sarah Jones, her first personal.
And Fossil's starting to see if you just send someone deep.
Like right now.
Someone will be open.
Well, the difference between the girls' game, though, a long full court pass isn't as easy to make.
It's not as always into play, yeah.
Yeah. Get in the corner. Three-pointer again by the SaberCats. That's the difference in the game so far. That's the 5th three-pointer knocked down by Fossil Ridge. Gozar again in the middle of the lane. Doesn't get this one to roll back out. Nice touch. The backspin drops in for 2. 26-14, but once again, Lobos not back. Hustle play, though, by Jones. Steals it away.
Great recovery by Jones.
Really
she had a wide open layup. They exposed the defense, but just hustled back. Yep.
She stopped. If she'd have kept going, she would have had the contact for sure. She'd probably gotten steamrolled, I think. Mackey in. And a call from behind. Coach Sauls is kind of saying, okay, how do you see that from there?
I mean, on a spin move going
away,
the opposite direction of that ref. He's making a point, but I think the ref saw one certain thing that made him blow the whistle. But that's always frustrating as a coach when you see a ref make it out of his own place.
That's the 9th team foul. Mackey's a little rushed on that one, didn't drop it. 5 to play here in the half, 26-14, SaberCats lead. Hobbs looking for the long one, checks it back out to Guzman. Dribbles around out high. Mackey with the tip. West down the corner. Stefik again, though. You can't leave him alone, and there's why. 6 3-pointers for the SaberCats now in the early going, 29-14.
And that just hurts so bad when you're just hitting 3 after 3 after 3. And they're doing, Rocky is on a hot streak. They've scored the last few possessions, but they're just getting twos, and
yeah, you
the
don't
math
keep
just
up that
doesn't
way.
work.
Gozar's got to get the ball out of her hands. This time gets it to Jones. Her three-pointer's an answer. Long three-pointer, Sarah Jones, 29-17, 4:12 to play. Entry pass underneath, left alone. This one doesn't go.
The Rockies trying to push the ball. They're really trying to control the tempo of this game, get it back in their favor.
Mackey down baseline, guarded by Metcalf. Lost the ball out of bounds, but it's going to be a foul on Metcalf. As contact fouls go, that's not been the most contact we've seen. I think the offensive player having a half a step is what made that call there.
And this is why we made such a big point about being consistent.
Yep.
Because now the game has changed a lot.
Mackey,
been a
first
lot of
one's up
fouls.
and good. Lobos have not been a good free throw shooting team so far this year, shooting barely over 50%. And it's actually cost them a couple of games of the 4 losses they've got. You got a team that's already got 10 fouls right now. The SaberCats have 10 fouls. Second one by Mackey's up and off. Rebound for the SaberCats. Town in front of Stefik goes down, kicks back over to Hobbs. That one's a runner. Nice ball that time. Kylie Metcalf sees that up in the middle, goes up, little mid-range runner, knocks it down. Lobos underneath. Looking underneath that time, finding Graham. Good down court look.
And the Lobos are
shot.
red hot on offense. They've scored the last probably 6 to 8 possessions, but it's just kind of taken under by Fossil and hitting all the threes.
Ball on the floor, tied up. Possession arrow is going to stay with the SaberCats. Substitution for the Lobos, Savannah Warner in now. SaberCats get the ball down. 3:10 to play here in the half. They lead by 11. Had been as much as 16. Entry pass to Stefik goes down. Jump ball tied up by Town and Sammy Stefik. I think she's going to start drawing more attention from that Lobo defense. The two Stefiks have probably accounted for 20-plus points so far this half. Just red hot from the outside. Metcalf chipping in also. Mishak, though, the inside post player, scoring for the SaberCats. Light pass, too far behind. Nice job by Goosen picking it up. Gozar goes down in front of her. Gozar did a great job of getting in front of her, stopping her dribble, but you just can't reach.
Yeah, the refs are cracking down on that.
Yeah. Well, that's the consistent call, and I would say that was not a hard one that time. First foul on Gozar, 5 team fouls on the Lobos. Sammy Stefik, Schultz, Metcalf, Hobbs and Guzman on the court now for the SaberCats. Fenwick, Warner, McDonald. Once again, Lobos leave somebody open. Rebound that time, no putback. Gozar across court to Town. She goes up, runner, too strong, falls out. Rebound by Sammy Stefik.
Yep, just got going a little too fast. Wasn't able to slow her body down, put enough touch on.
Change the direction. Long three-pointer, Stefik. That one's short, goes out of bounds. Saw she had the opening there. Wasn't the same catch and release she's had in these earlier looks. And probably just a little fatigue.
Yeah.
She's one of those that looks over and coach says, "Now you're fine. You're not
good.
coming out."
Yeah. Or you'll get a minute and you're ready to go back in.
And you know what that's like, don't you? Yeah, no, you're fine. You look fine.
Or they just look in the other direction.
Yeah. McDonald handoff, high post, back to Gozar, looking to drive, goes in. Nice job, Guzman on the stop. Fenwick in the middle. She gets the runner to go. That dribble drive handoff right now, as you said, this quarter has been very effective for the Lobos. They got to convert these free throws. These plus ones give you a chance to get back in this game. 1:49 left here in the half. Lobos could bring it within 8. And the senior Fenwick knocks it down. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 1:48 left. 31-23. SaberCats lead. Metcalf, baseline move, doesn't go, comes down, gets the rebound. Very surprised there wasn't a foul called on Metcalf there. Hustled around. Both of them had grabbed the ball, but I think the Lobo player did have more of it, so out of bounds to the SaberCats. I love the competitiveness tonight to both these teams. Everything's contested.
Yep, I mean, Rocky kind of dug themselves a hole, and they're come roaring back. They're not going to go down without a fight.
Well, you got an 8-point lead right now, and there's been 6 or 7 3-pointers. That kind of makes it account for it, doesn't it?
Yep, if you take away half of those threes, this game's a lot closer.
Nice pass inside. Good cut that time, Schultz. Schultz sees the back door, hits Hobbs, easy bucket.
Yep, just a blown coverage there. Everyone took their eyes off the one person sneaking back there.
Metcalf, nice job over the top, tips it away, comes down court. And there's our offside official making another call again.
My man.
He brought some extra specs. SaberCats now inbound. One more foul. Lobos will be 1-1. Stefik picked up out front by Gozar. Good ball movement. Lobos trying to stay back inside, under a minute to play. And a hand check foul is going to be called on Gozar. It'll put Stefik to the line. That's the 17 foul Lobos. Now single bonus for the SaberCats. Longshore back in now for Gozar. Second foul on Gozar there. Longshore comes in with 2 fouls. She's had to sit out quite a lot of this half just to protect that. Front end up and good for Stefik. Sammy Stefik for 1 with another bonus shot coming. Nice crowd here tonight. Student section's filling out. It's a blackout night for the SaberCats, a whiteout night for the Lobos. I think she'll be able to pick out which student body is which. Nice 2-for-2 trip by Sammy Stefik, the senior, leading the way here this half of the SaberCats. Lobos back into that cut and handoff look, curling around there. It's been so successful. A lot of points. They've scored 15 points this quarter. Half a minute to play here in the half.
I think they're trying to get the last shot here.
Underneath, though, a little late on the pass. This time it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay, but Fenwick was there on the back door, but not recognized quickly enough out top. Longshore will inbound. Nice play in the middle that time. Just a lob play. Gabby McDonald, easy jumper in. 10 seconds to play. 10-point lead for the SaberCats. Kick out, 3-pointer to finish the half. Out of bounds with 0.3 of a second. That ball was blocked on there. Metcalf's 3-pointer was tipped. To the credit of the officials, they're going to talk about it, but nobody reacted. There's really no help for that official down there on the bottom. 0.3 of a second left. It doesn't really matter. I'm not sure you can catch it and shoot it, but because the ball really fell short. I mean, it was short to the side.
Oh, and as a coach, you're just pleading like you think my player tried to shoot it 5 feet to the left and short.
So Lobos just inbound. That's all you can really do from there. So after 2 quarters of play here at Rocky Mountain High School, the SaberCats lead the Lobos 35-25.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application in the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
I'm Gina, and I am UC Health. I've had some difficult things to face throughout my career, and part of that was dealing with the cancer journey of both of my parents, and I was diagnosed with cancer myself. There's so much that I can bring to my patients because I do understand, and I think that helps me to be a better cancer doctor.
Our roots run deep at the University of Colorado Health. Share your roots at imuchealth.org.
I like easy. That's why I got this self-driving. I signed up for the First Bank Anywhere account. It warns me if there's ever trouble. And with 24-hour customer support, I can get help right away. Sorry. No lock!
Easy should be easy. The new Anywhere account, only at First Bank.
Welcome back to halftime here at Rocky Mountain High School. I'm joined by Kevin Lytle from the Coloradoan. Kevin, a very high-paced first half of varsity girls basketball.
Yeah, definitely a little different than the last city one we saw here a few weeks ago in his Poudre in Rocky Mountain, and that's what Todd Mackin said to me before a game. He said, I don't think Chad's going to want to slow it down. I think we'll go up and down. Should be a lot of scoring, and we saw that.
Saw quite a lot of physical play, too. We were remarking up here the physicality, the half was judged, we thought, pretty well. Then some of the reaching calls started coming in, and quite a lot of fouls. I mean, the SaberCats were in the double bonus with 10 fouls. We'll see if that comes into play in the second half or not. Lobos got into 7 fouls, so there's going to be some attrition, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fouls. Like you say, Britt Mishak for Fossil Ridge has had a lot of foul trouble. She has 3. So definitely a few players that are going to have to be careful in the second half and try and find the flow of the game and the way the refs are calling it.
Well, for one thing for the SaberCats, though, with a 10-point lead at half, 35-25, and that really comes from the three-point shooting of both the Stefik sisters.
Yeah, it was kind of the Stefik show. Ashley was hitting shots early. She hit a deep 3, and then it was almost as if Sammy said, well, I'm not going to let you have all the fun. She got into it.
Still king of the driveway,
yeah,
it's out here.
Oh, yeah. It's that senior leadership, we'll call it.
Yeah.
She hit a really deep 3, and they both have 12 at half. And the big thing for Fossil, those two usually play well. That's not surprising. But when they get complementary players playing well, that's when they can be dangerous. And you saw that Kylie Metcalf had some good plays. Katie Guzman had a couple steals, got on the board. And so even with Britt Mishak, who's usually at third, they were able to find some extra help to the Stefiks. And that, like I say, that's when they can be really good.
Lobos kind of settled down the second half, a little bit better ball control. Scored on 6 or 7 possessions in a row. Trouble is you're trading 2s for 3s.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I mean, they were getting good looks. Gabby McDonald inside had some good ones. Sarah Jones had a pretty good half, getting some good looks. Like you say, it's just hard to match 3s. They'll have to shut down, get closer on the Stefiks and hope Fossil Ridge starts missing some 3s.
Let's talk about the other 2 girls teams here in town. Let's talk a little bit about Poudre and then Fort Collins.
Yeah, Poudre, I mean, they are who we thought they were. They're a really good team, really good defensively. Kind of like Fossil Ridge, they took Broomfield to the brink, ended up losing by, I think it was 5. And they held them to 39. Broomfield's number 3 in 5A right now. So Poudre, I think, they can make a run because of that defense. They don't get blown out by anyone.
Well, Coach Glessam's got 6 seniors out there, and that really shows that experience is such an important thing in girls or boys basketball. And then now you can kind of go to the other side of things. Coach Dragani, after years of having those senior-laden, all those great competitive teams with your Peyton Humpalls and the rest of these kids that play at such a high level, he's got a younger team this year.
Yeah, they're playing pretty well, though. They're right in the middle of the FRL. I think some people thought they may be a little further down, but some of those youngsters, Carson Maitland's having a great year. She's a really good player. I should mention here, Kyle Dragani won his 200th game last week, which is really neat. Yeah, that's a whole ton of games play. He's kind of a quiet, humble guy who does a lot of things and a lot of programs at that school, but that's a really cool accomplishment for him.
And then a little bit of preview of our second game coming up tonight on Stream It Sports. We've got the varsity boys game.
It's going to be really interesting. Fossil Ridge is struggling some right now. They have a couple guys out. Girardi's out tonight.
And Mike Schilling out too, I guess.
Probably going to be out, sounds like. And we've talked to Rocky Mountain this year. They're coming on. You know, their record isn't anything amazing, but they're a lot better. They got some youngsters. They haven't beat Fossil since 09. They know that.
Yep.
They're going to be ready. I'm sure this student section is going to fill up. It's going to be loud. I think Rocky's going to give them a real good run. If they can hit some threes early, get some confidence,
they've got to get something going early. I'd say when you talk about that youth, it shows whether or not you've got the player. Your leading scorer, basically, for Rocky Mountain is as a freshman.
Yep.
They've got several players and a point or two there from Highland, etc. But you go on the other side, you look at you know where the ball's going to go to with the SaberCats.
Yep. Braxton Burlett's going to get a lot of shots. He still leads 5A in scoring. Just probably the best jump shot you'll see at the high school level. But I think what's big for Fossil Ridge is Jackson Everhart's playing pretty well right now. He's scoring a lot, doing a lot of things, rebounds, steals, assists. He's playing really well, and that's what they need. Almost like the girls, they need complementary pieces to pick it up, especially with a couple of other starters out. You're going to need those two to both have big games.
So thanks for joining us again at halftime here. Kevin Lytle, the Colorado, and you can check him out on Twitter at
Kevin_Lytle.
Thanks again, Kev. We'll talk to you soon.
You bet.
I am UC Health.
I am UC Health.
I'm Jill, and I am UC Health. Laughter clubs bring people together in ways that are unmatched. It helps you decrease stress. It helps you relax more. So at UC Health, they allow us to embrace the community, embrace our members, and do some really wonderful things.
Our roots run deep at the University of Colorado Health. Share your roots at imuchealth.org.
We're back at Rocky Mountain High School now. Halftime over with. Thanks again to Kevin Lytle from the Coloradoan. 35-25 SaberCats lead after 2 quarters here at Rocky Mountain High School. On the floor, start the second half. Guzman number 5, Stefik number 3, Stefik number 1, Ashley and Sammy respectively. Reagan West number 23 and McKenna Schultz number 2. For the Lobos, 1 is Kylie Town, 3 Sarah Jones, 5 Megan Fenwick, Gabby McDonald 33, and Lena Longshore number 11. Lobos back out like they started the game, Cody, in that zone.
Yep, just trying to kind of show a different look to Fossil, hitting all those threes. You got to try something, kind of do that 2-3 zone.
They're really running at the ball right now. That's either going to be a foul or a travel, and I think it's going to be a foul, and that's a good call.
Excuse me, doing a 3-2 zone, just really trying to prevent Fossil from getting a good start from the three-point line. Really going to force them to kind of enter the paint.
So right away here, 3 fouls on Kylie Town. West, first one's up and good. West, the senior, here comes her second. Nice 2-for-2 trip. Substitution right away. Town's got to go out, goes her back in, number 4. 3 fouls. Like I say, we'll see if some of these foul counts start. You know, didn't see Mishak coming back in, but Coach Sauls has got the luxury of having a 10-point lead. Not a problem with a chance to rest your players. Longshore picked up man defense. Gozer going in. She's going to be fouled from behind by Guzman.
And look for Rocky. I mean, they're going to be aggressive, but they need to start shooting from the outside a little more. That's usually one of their strengths, and they're usually pretty good when they get their feet set, but they just haven't really looked for it in that first half.
Well, they've really only got the 2 that have been consistently shooting from the outside for 3 points, and that's Jones and Mackey. But a timeout taken by Coach Matkin from the Lobos here on the court. You're watching Stream Sports. David Haase tonight along with Cody McCoy. Sean Corbett's on camera. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again, UC Health, First Bank, Pedersen Toyota, and along with Schrader Oil. And our banner sponsor, Rocky Mountain Youth Sports, Rocky Mountain Fever, your premier club management team for your club basketball. We've talked about that before. Girls and boys, you want to advance your game, you want to polish your game, you want to get ready to get into those high school programs that we've got here in town. Club basketball is a very good idea.
Yep, and all high schools around here, they're just getting better and better each year, all on the rise.
Longshore now inbound for the Lobos underneath. Try to throw a ball inside to Gozer. She gets it. She's going to go up. She's going to be fouled by West.
That's how she drew it up. I think that's how Coach Matkin drew it up on the timeout.
Yeah, it's just a cut. Well, Gozer, extremely explosive athlete. Probably the fastest player on the floor. Good soccer player, probably her primary sport. But had that chance there. You know, West knocked the ball away, just didn't find it. Before it got Gozer, tries to go up with it, draws the foul. First one's up and off. Sophomore will have a second. That's 3 fouls on Reagan West. She's going to go to the bench. Bring Tyler Hobbs back in, the senior. It's one thing Coach Sauls can keep bringing in, senior for senior and experience. That's such a key. Second one doesn't go. Rebound by Ashley Stefik. Schultz back out now at the top.
There's Rocky sitting in that 3-2 zone and see if Rocky's going to figure it out, or if Foss is going to figure it out.
Stefik trying to take the ball back off top, and they're just going to see you got to come out of it now. So Lobos got to come out of this zone. They'll just patiently let them do this.
Why not? You can burn time.
Well, you got to find your matchups now. You just don't abandon the zone. Coach Saul says, make it come get you. And not so much that really changes what they were doing. They're playing man defense the second quarter when they basically kept pace scoring-wise. It's just saying, we're going to force you to do what we want.
If they can extend it, then that three-point shot is going to be there if they can keep moving it. But with no shot clock, they could burn.
Well, we're down
a minute plus easily. And Coach Mack, I saw him kind of smirking, like, really, Coach?
Yeah.
But hey, when you want to win, you're going to do what you got to do.
37-25, just 2 points, the 2 free throws earlier in the first parts of this third quarter. Lobo guards are kind of coming out, starting to do a little bit of trapping.
And they're going to have to.
Well, the veteran, poised out there, Schultz and Stefik, just taking their time. Gozer, ball hockey, goes down, gets a tie up, just got to be aggressive. Nice job by Jade Gozer going down, grabbing the ball, and it's an arrow possession to the Lobos.
And that was a little, because you'd think they're going to keep it out there, but once it was initiated kind of inside the three-point line, they would continue to run their offense.
Yeah, exactly, because you kind of start standing around. You're taking it casual, and that time just a hustle play on defense. Gozard gets the tie-up.
Yeah, they got it in the middle, and you'd think they would kind of move down towards scoring, but they wanted to take it back out.
Gozard strong to the basket, doesn't get it to go. Ball out of bounds. Boy, McDonald took off for it. A bunch of those football players in the front row. I did not think one to stay in front of Gavin McDonald. She come flying in there. Hustle play, though, doesn't get the ball back to the Lobos. 5:40 left here in the third quarter.
Yep, and there's Rocky. They're gonna match up.
Full man now.
Yep.
What you got to. Gozar again, showing her quickness on the steal. Races down court. Got one to beat. Little hop step. Nice job.
Great Euro step. Just great.
Crossover that time and took control that time. The difference is you said before she stopped, didn't she?
Yeah, she had a lot of patience. She knew the move she was going to make. She knew the time she had to make it, but Fossil coming back with the three.
So Fossil still living from outside the arc, back up 40-27. It's been one of those nights where your field goal count, you could have a higher field goal count than the team that wins. Donald up the top, down. She goes to the floor. Rebound by Longshore. She puts it back up. But once again, it's a 3 for 2. Under 5 to play here. Nice pass inside that time. Doesn't fall. Rebound by Fenwick and Jones.
Yep, Foster getting a little antsy with the turnovers. Wanted to get a shot off there.
Longshore down to the baseline. Going to be a blocking foul called. Nice drive.
Nice drive, and she had, the Fossil defender had her hands up. There wasn't really much else she could do in that position.
She already beat her there. Foul's going to be called on Tyler Hobbs, the senior. Her first on Hobbs. Shooting woes again from the free throw line for the Lobos. As we said before, losses this year. Talking with Coach Matkin, it's one of those things where you practice it, but sometimes it just takes a streak to get you back in it. But right now, second one's up and good by Longshore.
And you got to be able to score without the clock running. It's
best way to catch up.
Yep.
40-30 now. Substitution. Holly Mackey back in now for Longshore. Fenwick Gozar back up top. Jones, McDonald, Mackey down low. Britt Mishik back in now for the SaberCats. And that's a travel. Ashley Stefik was trying to pace it, but the Lobo defender stepped down and kind of denied that pass, and that one extra. You can't pass it, you got to shoot it, don't you?
Coach Saul's yelling from the sideline to jump stop, so I wonder if that's kind of been a season-long battle to get them to break it down to the.
Well, I'd say the freshman, she's shown such great skill on the court, but you still show being a freshman. Gozar in, strong drive. That time, 2-foot jump stop, just as you said.
And just like that, it's an 8-point game here. Big run by Rocky, causing a lot of turnovers.
Stefik, runner doesn't fall, rebound by Jones.
And Fossil's just a little impatient right now.
That's a good way to put it. McDonald baseline drive goes in. Blocking foul down. That's going to be on Britt Mishek. That's going to be her 4th.
That was a bad call because she extended her arm.
Well, she pushed her arm out, and that wasn't close to the kind of contact we saw here in the first half.
Yep.
So 4 fouls will put Britt Mishek back on the bench, bringing back in number 21 Tyler Hobbs.
Never understood that. I never wondered if refs always kind of looked. Oh, wow.
5 count taken away at the time. Gozar knew she's running out. She tried to throw it off McKenna Schultz. Schultz lost the ball off the referee. It's out of bounds.
Coach Sauls is.
I got to applaud McKenna Schultz that time. She saw that in the first half. Nobody was moving for the Lobos. Gozar had nowhere to go with the ball.
Yep.
So she's going to try to bank it off there. Pump faked it a couple times. Schultz said, I'll take it. Took off down court, but then
the dribble off the ref was
they ran up behind the referee, couldn't get out of the way.
Right in front of Coach
court.
Sauls too. Yep.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "Are you kidding me? We can't buy anything this quarter."
Stefik from behind just muscles Gozar away from that one. Down the far end down here, we've got a Kenna Schultz on the ground. Her lost her headband, but I think she bit of a collision. The official near her stopped the play.
Happens to be the ref with the happy whistle tonight.
Well, I like the play stops, but the ball was going the other way, and whether or not the SaberCats had an advantage or not can be debated, but took the ball out of the offense's hands.
I think he was more concerned as far as concussion type.
Oh, yeah.
And he realized, oh, it was just a headband. Whoops.
That's all right. I'd rather protect those athletes every time. 40-32. Oh, yeah. Lobos have cut it to 8. First time they've been under 10. Stefik Gozar on the defense, pushed her back. Fadeaway doesn't drop. Rebounds by Mackey.
And just Fossil's offense has gone cold.
Well, and Lobos doing a better job underneath without Britt Mishak in the middle. You don't have the experience to go to the rim. Your top rebounder and Stefik, your other one outside. McDonald fadeaway good.
And just great patience by Rocky. They're moving the ball. They're making moves towards the basket. And Fossil just not moving it enough, kind of playing some one-on-one, really trying to get something going.
Nice job that time. Sammy Stefik just takes it in her own hands, drives, got the angle, goes in. Foul's going to be called on Sarah Jones. Not sure. That is going to be called a shooting foul. I thought she was about 2 steps away from even getting
the continuation foul.
Maybe there, but either way, she's at the line. First one good. I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out, okay, they got a buzzer calls in there like, okay, who's the foul on?
I think there's a 33 and there's a 3. Yep, on Rocky. So
yeah. Clarification there. Not sure if they're changing it or not. So they're still leaving it up there as Gavin McDonald, her first. Nice 2-for-2 trip by Sammy Stefik. 8-point lead now for the SaberCats. 2:38 left here in the third quarter. You're watching PSD TV Channel 10 along with Stream It Sports, streamitsports.com. Thanks again to Phil Mildren, our CEO. Interior pass that time. Mackey set up for the 3. Good. That was a design play. Inbound that pass to Fenwick, kicks it straight out to Mackey.
That's exactly how you're going to beat
the outside.
That's how you're going to beat the 2-3 zone. Get it there in the middle. Play inside-out ball, and if she gets her feet set, we've seen her be deadly.
Trap out there on the ground. McDonald comes through there, just tears through the defense. She takes a knee right to the thigh. Lobos a little too quick down court. Too long for Fenwick to come back. Tipped away, though. Good hustle play by the SaberCats. Lobos the chance to turn it they're within 5 right now. Certainly momentum coming right back the Lobos' way. Mackey down low again. That one 3-pointer a little short. Jones and Gozar collide. Mackey on the drive. She goes in hammered. Tell you what you like about that, not much of a chance to go through that wall of defense, but she didn't shy away from it, did she?
Yep, she lowered her shoulder just a little bit just to get some momentum going.
Yeah, and you're going to get that call there too. Try to split the defense. So she'll be at the line now, shooting 2. 5 team fouls on the SaberCats, 2 on the Lobos again. That's the difference between shooting 3-pointers and driving the ball in. First one, Mackey's up and good. Those 3-pointers shooting by the SaberCats, you don't get as many fouls called against your defense if you're knocking down long balls. SaberCats have fouled no more because the Lobos keep going to the rim. Nice 2-for-2 trip by Holly Mackey, the senior. Spark here, 5 points in the last minute. Bring the Lobos back within 3. We got a ball game, Cody. I started to say hi to your dad.
Wouldn't be a broadcast without it.
Yeah, Gozar. Lucky she didn't call there. Stefik over-under move. Short rebound by Jones.
Stefik has been a little short on some of her shots this half.
She's trying to create everything herself right now rather than the flow of the offense, and such a good scorer. A lot of game left to play.
Yep, just needs to get her feet under.
Jones calling for the inbounds pass. Mackey tries to go in, though, just picked away by Ashley Stefik. She saw that coming, kind of telegraphed it. Sarah Jones coming down, that's one of those, don't foul out that far away from the basket.
Just turn around, see how far, see
junior,
are they going to do something from that point?
The junior wanted to make a play and was called for it. So her foul's her 3rd. Timeout here on the court by the SaberCats. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here, timeout on the court by the SaberCats, enjoying the entertainment provided by the Rocky Mountain Spirit Band. Nobody has more fun than the band. 1:16 left here in the 3rd. Lobos have come all the way back, down by 3. A lot of momentum here so far in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if the experience of the SaberCats, every team has that run. Then that run kind of stops. Just every game's got those runs back and forth, and we'll see if they can keep it going, if the SaberCats can get that momentum back.
Yeah, that's kind of why Coach Saul's called the timeout. He wanted to calm his girl down, relax them, but also kind of try to cool off the Lobos at any cost.
Yep, Metcalf, Schultz, Sammy, and Ashley Stefik on the floor, along with number 21 also. Just make sure I got everybody correct out there at Hobbs. Lobos back in their matchup zone. See if they'll pull them back out, and they... Coach Sal's right there says back off.
If they're going to do this, why not?
Well, they're just trying to see, will you come play, what we want you to play, but no, they won't. So, and actually some ways, just Coach Matkin, you know what, you give your players all that running, all that expenditure of energy there for a little bit, get a bit of a rest here.
And Coach Matt, there's 47 seconds left. They're going to let them kind of run down, get the last shot, and we'll kind of regroup from there. We'll let you do this one more time. Also, just an awkward lull. You've never really seen someone just sit there.
Everybody gets flat-footed. And it's a different deal, because if you're not guarding somebody right out there now, SaberCats don't have to move. Steffi can stand there until the clock runs out if she wants. She won't.
This is odd, I've just never seen it. I've seen it done, but just not for this long.
Well, I think, like say the Lobos had a high pace there. They're trying to get themselves back in defense. They can wait for them, because now you got to come back and shoot it. What play are you going to run when you're standing around? That's going to be the difference.
10 seconds in. Now they're going to kind of whatever
Stefik
they drew up.
One-on-one with Gozar, because that's the play it's going to be. She goes in, stops. Oh, wow, contact foul called there.
Looks to seem the same ref.
Yeah, he's had he's leading the night so far in calls, that's for sure. That's 3 fouls on Jay Gozar with seconds left. Ashley Stefik to inbound now. Long outside pass to Stefik. She's got to throw long 3-pointers up strong. Rebound put back by Metcalf. Doesn't go. Boy, Kylie Metcalf, nice job underneath the boards. Doesn't get it to fall, though, so the shot doesn't drop for the SaberCats after 3 here. 42-39. SaberCats still lead, but the Lobos come back. Got a ball game.
Wants more, please.
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
We're back here now to start the fourth quarter. Lobos on the floor with Gad McDonald, 33. Holly Mackey had a big third quarter, number 12. Megan Fenwick, number 5. Kylie Town, number 1. I think Savannah Warner, I believe, out there, number 32. SaberCats, Kylie Metcalf, 10. Reagan West, number 23. Number 3, Ashley Steffick. Number 2, McKenna Schultz. And number 1, Sammy Steffick. I don't think Sammy Steffick sat down the whole game.
No, I mean, you can kind of tell with some of her shots they've been short in the second half.
Spin move though. Ashley Steffick goes in that time. Lobos don't get a body out there. Tied up. I like that there. Gad McDonald, you're not going to, if it's 2 hands on the ball and 2 of her hers, she's going to get the ball. But she turns right around Ashley Steffick and said, nice job. Both girls congratulated on the effort.
And now Fossil coming with the press, see if they can
that's the first
put a
time
little
they've
pressure
done
on.
that. Kylie Town lose the ball mid-court.
3 on 2.
Picked up by Steffick, got numbers. Oh, had the man underneath. Oh, blocking foul's going to be called. No, you weren't set, so you're going to have a hard time. Fenwick was back there, but unless you get both feet set, you're not going to get that call. Steffick, though, had teammate on the other side wide open. She'll go to the line, though, shooting 2. Both teams now with 5 fouls here in the second half, so 1 foul each before the single bonus will come into play. First one's out.
This game is going to come down to free throws. When it's this close, they just always do.
Town out now, Gozar back in. I think that's probably a little more of a press break. Gozar, another player of the big third quarter. Mackey and Gozar, McDonald had buckets. Second one up and good, so 1 for 2 trip. Start the fourth quarter. Tipped away again. You can't just throw over those outstretched hands. You can't run into the players. You got to go across. Booted the ball again. Lobos turn it over again. Ashley Steffick easy layup at the other end all by herself. Rocky Mountain's got to look down court. Todd Metcalf says that's enough. We're going to talk about that. Timeout Lobos. You're watching Streaming Sports.
I am UC Health.
I am UC Health.
I'm Pam, and I am UC Health. I find the most rewarding thing about working at University of Colorado Health is that the system really truly cares about patients and outcomes. We are sincerely involved and engaged in making sure that our community is as healthy as possible.
Our roots run deep at the University of Colorado Health. Share your roots at imuchealth.org.
Oh, yeah. We're back here now at Rocky Mountain High School. Timeout by the Lobos after a couple of quick turnovers on the zone press against the SaberCats. Led to 1 layup and a free throw. Lobos back out in front by 6. Press break is just don't be in a hurry, don't dribble into traps.
Yep, and it's something you've run a million times in practice, but when, a lot of people in the seats, you got the
Sammy
band going.
Steffick at the point of that with her length, her savvy, athleticism, that's tough to play. But you can't wait till somebody comes to you. You've got to go to the middle. Now they split it. Not a problem. Now you can go back underneath. Mackey, though, feet set. Three-pointer a little quick. Rushed it. Warner on the floor. Somebody's got to be out of bounds down there.
I think they called the Lobos out of bounds.
No, I think he called the loud bounds or a tie ball. I don't know which it was. We'll see when the inbounds because the arrow favors the SaberCats. Nope.
Yeah, they're calling it out of bounds.
Warner had the ball out of bounds. Fenwick out on Steffick. West picked up by McDonald. Guzin back in now also for the SaberCats, number 5. A little more patience now. SaberCats running their offense, 3 and 4 options through. Trapped the time, put the ball on the floor, kicked out, saved by Steffick. Lobos overrun the play though. Oh, block call. Savannah Warner up there, posts up, has both hands in the air. And you're going to have a hard time not getting that one called very often, I'm afraid. So, like I say, even though you get ball if you're moving, first shot's up and off. Substitutions, Jones and Longshore back in now for Mackey and Warner. Last foul was called on Warner, as we said, her first. Jones didn't hardly play much that third quarter.
Yeah, but she's got to get back into a groove real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Second one up, though, is by West is good. 7-point lead now. Lobos have not scored here.
Ever since this trap, ever since the full court trap has come along.
Kicked out that time. McDonald, long three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound by Gozar underneath. She goes up. Hit, doesn't get a foul call, goes down. Mishak with the steal. This time it's going to go under.
Right place at the right time.
You cannot get away from her. The hustle award right there. Kept going, got the second steal, puts it back up. Then she gets fouled.
Yeah, but the SaberCat just turned to pass it, and she just
well, Britt Mishak didn't expect
the right
Gozar, who, you know, that's just tenacious. That's all about effort right there, and gets a chance for the and one. Jade Gozar now 2 + 1 = 3. Back to 4-point lead now for the SaberCats. Lobos in full court press now for them.
They're going to try to take advantage of all the momentum in their hands right now.
Exactly. Well, and if you could play no catch on Sammy Steff, or Ashley Steffick and Sammy Steffick, you got to see it. Megan Fenwick out there doing hand deny. Keep it out of their hands best you can. Inbound to Mishak, though. Nice low post move, and it doesn't fall. Almost. Foul's going to be on Longshore. Nice job. Britt Mishak turns around, keeps the ball high. And as you talked about before, these back and forth these coaches are doing, your comment about a chess match.
Yeah, I mean, it started with they're both getting on the refs, and they both kind of settled in, and Coach Mackin calling the different zones, and then Saul's kind of checkmating with I'm going to stand out here the whole time, and then they're both kind of picking and choosing when they're going to use that full court press, and it's been successful and hasn't been. And
game's played at a high level.
It's really just a chess
Great
game
effort
at this point.
Both these teams. Mishak's first one was up and good. So's the second. Nice night at the line for the SaberCats. No press this time, though. Surprisingly dropped out of it. Gozar up top, picked up by Schultz.
I saw Coach Sauls kind of say, cushion him a little, make him shoot from the outside.
Yep. Fenwick downtown. That one doesn't drop. Rebound. Nice job, Ashley Steffick.
Tell him to slow it down.
Fenwick
relax.
had a good look at it there, just didn't get it to drop. 5:20 to play here in the game, 48-42. You're watching Stream It Sports. David Haase along with Cody McCoy. Mishak, nice entry pass, goes around. Foul's going to be called on Gozar. Kind of just did a jump switch out in front of got out in front of Mishak, but still had the block cow. It's going to put Mishak back in the line where she just had a 2-for-2 trip. Your point earlier, free throw is going to be so big. That's the fourth foul on Gozar, too. Substitutions now. McDonald and Gozar out. Town and number 10 back in front of the Lobos, Victoria Graham. This is that time of game where your veterans, you're going to see Guzman back in now for the SaberCats. A little bit calmer heads on the court. That experience does matter, doesn't it?
Yep. Starting to get loud in here, a lot of energy. Just all about keeping your composure.
Second one rattles out. Jones takes the rebound, heads down court quickly. Pulls up, 15-footer. Doesn't go. Rebound, Mishak. Yeah, the shot was kind of rushed that time. Jones had a chance to look it up there, but didn't get it to fall. No one under there to rebound. Fouls will be called on the Lobos. Graham bumping into Mishak away. That's the one person you don't want to foul.
Yeah, I mean,
3 for 4 in her last 2 trips. Single bonus now. 9 fouls on the SaberCats, 9 on the Lobos, 6 on the SaberCats. So the Lobos, we talked about their run kind of ended so far this quarter. Nothing basically but free throws. 3-point play by Jade Gozar. That's it for the Lobos so far. But a lot of free throws by the SaberCats. Front end of that one didn't go. Town gets the runner this time, doesn't get called. I thought she got a little hand-on-hand action there. I thought she was going to get the and one. Nice shot. Goes in.
Yeah, great curl around, got the ball, went up strong, got the points.
Ashley Stefik picked up by Fenwick. Entry pass to Mishak again. Nice drop step, goes in. Just draws another foul. Britt Mishak's drop step is about as good as I've seen for any of the girls in this area.
Yeah, very fundamental. She's going to go up strong. She's not going to rush it. She knows exactly where she is on the court, and kind of a different look. First half was kind of them shooting from the outside. Now they're really honing in on the block position and really trying to get to that free throw line.
4:18 left now. First one of two is off. Substitutions, McDonald and Mackey back in for Jones and Graham. Second one coming now for Mishak. That one's good. So 4 for 6 here in this quarter alone for Britt Mishak from the line. 50-44, 4:12 left to play here in the game. Yeah, Coach Matthew goes, really?
What do I got to do here?
Yeah, yeah. So that's 16 fouls now on the SaberCats. No, that's 7 actually, 1-on-1 now. Lobos will be in single bonus. Kylie Town will go to the line. Foul is called on Guzman, her 4th. Front one's up, halfway down, rolls out, rebound by Mishak. The lid just stays on for the Lobos from the free throw line. And your point earlier, Cody, about the win or loss this quarter so far is certainly holds through for the SaberCats.
Yep, the refs really just cracked down on all calls, different from that first quarter. But yeah, I mean, it's always free throws in the fourth quarter. It just always seems to come down to it.
So Mishak drives it along in and gets the foul by McDonald. That's 10 fouls now in the Lobos, so everything now is going to be a 2-shot foul. Mishak again. I think they can just call that her office here this quarter. First one no good. Second one coming. Second one up, rolls around, doesn't fall. So no blood that time for the SaberCats out on the foul. Town quickly down court. Picked up by Schultz. Longshore 3-pointers up, rebounds off.
Great rebound.
Yeah,
kind of a 1-on-4.
Well, Mishak had Gabby McDonald on her back. Nothing McDonald could do about that. Smartly didn't foul. 3.5 to play in the game. 6-point lead. SaberCats build on a first half. Coach Sauls, no, I didn't want that timeout. Turnaround jumper was good, but he called the timeout first for a long timeout taken on the court by the SaberCats. 3:22 to play. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there, 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
We're back here, 3:22 left to play. Great crosstown rivalry game. David Haas along with Cody McCoy. Sean Corbett's on camera.
And it didn't look like it kind of that first quarter when Fossil got a big lead, but Rocky's just been fighting back.
Inbounds has to go deep, just being the 5 count. Schultz drives down. Man defense again. Schultz, Wes, Ashley, and Sammy Stefik along with Britt Mishak. Megan Fenwick, Lena Longshore, Gab McDonald, Holly Mackey, and Kyla Town. Ball knocked out of bounds. Town had it. Schultz kind of influenced it, took a swing at. Town knocks it out of bounds.
Yep.
Ball's going to stay. That's a big break for the SaberCats.
Just wasn't able to get 2 hands on it.
Inbound, Mishak on the far side. Somehow got around there. Not sure how that wasn't an extra step. Got it in the air, taken away by McDonald. Great cross-court pass. Mackey goes up. No call. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll go to the SaberCats. I guess the only thing you say about if you're getting an arm, they're calling it. If it's a body, not so much. SaberCats inbound now, under 3 to play, 50-44. Scoring been a premium in this quarter.
Yep, and they're sending 2 to 3 defenders every time Sammy Stefik grabs the ball, so they're going to make someone else beat him.
West picked up by McDonald on the outside. Guzman out top. SaberCats just looking to burn clock. Up by 6, really not looking to score. It'd be a bonus. They wouldn't mind running a minute or 2 off, wouldn't they?
Yep. As a player, when we kind of called this, it always got me scared that we would lose our intensity and kind of lose our focus, that we kind of thought the game was over. So I think that's why Coach Saul is going to call a timeout. This game is not over, guys. Yeah,
they started stopping there, and nobody was coming out to help Ashley Stefik. So we'll just keep it here. 2:14 left in the game. Excellent comeback by a fairly young squad from Rocky Mountain. Competitively in the second half, but this fourth quarter, the veteran side of the SaberCats is showing. Not rushing things, taking their time. Brett Mishak going to the line over and over again. Smart shots, making free throws, and so far that's the difference, because it was just the lowest scoring quarter by far. Not really, I don't think by fatigue, but more by design, way that the SaberCats are playing offense.
Yeah, and Rocky, I mean, they kept coming. They were taking a little quicker shots. Not that they weren't open, but they were kind of rushing them when they thought they needed to score a little quicker. When at that point in the game, it's more about good possessions, great shots, and coming out with points.
Quick foul that time by the Lobos on the inbounds. Reagan West will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Megan Fenwick. Reagan West at the line. Substitution back in the game now. Jade Gozer, second one is good. Following this broadcast, we'll have the Rocky Mountain boys hosting the SaberCats boys varsity teams. You've got to go back to the website, Stream of Sports, and get yourself back online. Tune in for that one. Another good in-town rivalry game. Ball tipped out that time by Mishak. Mishak doing his great job on McDonald out there. Lobos need to get somebody beyond the arc for one good look. Down by 7. 2 minutes to play in the game.
Yep, need to score quick. Probably get a quick timeout and set something up.
Pass inbounds a little too late. Stolen away by Ashley Stefik. Gozar just fouls in the backcourt. It's going to send Sammy Stefik to the line. That's going to be 5 on Jade Gozar. Nice play by the senior Stefik, just saying, okay, I want the ball. You've got to come get me. That's 5 on Gozar. Good night by her. Explosive third quarter as she helped bring her teammates back. Picking and choosing where those fouls are is part of that learning experience of being on the varsity level. And Stefik at the line now, chance to increase the lead. First one's good. Second one short, rebounded by Fenwick. Quickly down court, Town. Goes right in, layup. Strong comes off the back, doesn't go. On the floor, rebound by West. Foul's gonna be called on Longshore. So we'll walk back down the length of the court again. One more time, we'd like to thank our banner sponsor, Rocky Mountain Esports, Rocky Mountain Fever, your premier club basketball for boys and girls. Organization to make sure. Mackey in for Jones. 2 shots coming now. 1:43 left in the game. First shot's up and good. Reagan West clutch there. 9 points is a lot to make up when you have to try to foul to get the ball back. And a 2-for-2 trip by Reagan West makes it a 10-point lead. Lobos have got to get the ball in the air right away. Pass not grabbed. Turn back over. Britt Mishek picks it up. Sammy Stefik back out front.
Looks like they're not going to go foul unless.
And that wasn't really as inadvertent one. Kylie Town goes, knocks it away, gets the risk of Ashley Stefik. It'll put her in the line with 1:21 left. Pretty much can put the closing marks on this one. Clutch free throw shooting for the SaberCats. Started out such a big lead, just red hot from 3. That's basically been the difference in the game because the Lobos came back. You probably on just a field goal count tonight, Lobos probably had more field goals.
I would agree, yeah.
Not the right kind. And certainly from the line, though, you got to give all the credit to the SaberCats in the second half. Have been very clutch, shooting a better 60%. And another foul down here on the baseline. Couldn't see who it was. Foul on one, Kylie Town. And that's going to be her 5th. Sophomore Savannah Warner, number 32, checking in. What a great competitive game tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start, but I mean, Rocky just came.
It was a great start for the SaberCats.
Yeah,
they came out with a purpose, and Ashley and Sammy Stefik, long shooting downtown. Kylie Metcalf just built a lead up that's been too much. Lobos came back to within 3, really played a long time with that close, and then the free throws here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Rocky kind of had the momentum from the 2nd and 3rd quarter. It was all Rocky.
Mackey spots up from 3, kind of rushed it, didn't get her legs underneath her. Again, that one rims out. Kind of the story of the night for the Lobos. Just didn't have quite the time to get those in the air. Lobos really not having a chance. I mean, that was more of a look for her than we saw the entire first half.
I mean, she had her feet under her. Maybe she's just rushing a little bit, not coming off the right finger, but
both
just wasn't her night tonight.
Yeah, hit a couple, but not enough attempts. Back at the line now, Britt Mishak. Strong second half for Mishak, especially this 4th quarter. Hampered by fouls early, didn't play much in the first half, come back to show her worth, obviously, especially at the free throw line. Drawing fouls and going there and making Rocky Mountain pay. A 2-for-2 trip. I think she's got double figures almost from the free throw line. Great
especially
night.
In the 4th quarter,
Yeah, great night for the junior. McDonald puts it on the floor, kicks it back out. SaberCats know that they're trying to advance the ball back out beyond the arc. 53 seconds left to play. It's now a 15-point lead. A game that was really that close has turned into a blowout just because of free throws.
Yeah, the box score won't really show how close this game was.
Exactly. Lobos have just got to go for a backdoor and try to go back in. They'll give you 2 points, you got to take them. You can get 2 or 3 more chances. 44 seconds to play here. Great effort on this end by the SaberCats. Fenwick goes in, kicks it over McDonald. Easy layup. And an and one. Mishak goes underneath her. It's a nice play, but you could have had that your last 3 or 4 trips down the court and didn't get him in there. McDonald, chance to draw the Lobos back within 12. But with 37 seconds left, that's a bit. Mishak fouls out. Nice applause by the SaberCat fans visiting tonight. Far side of the gym filling up for this boys varsity game, which you'll see here in its entirety. McDonald tried to miss it, did. Back underneath quickly.
That's how she drew it up.
Yeah. Savannah Warner for the 2. 25 seconds to play here in the game. Ashley Stefik across to Sammy. Longshore goes up, tries to knock it away, doesn't. I think that's going to be her 5th foul also. So Sammy Stefik back at the line. Substitution for the Lobos. That was the 5th one. Number 21 in now. Kelsey Oxiger, sophomore. Like I said, make sure that you're watching tonight. You have to check back out, come back into our broadcast, streamatsports.com/PSD for that boys game. Sammy Stefik knocks it down, 61-48, 22 seconds left. Time to just run the clock out now. Great effort in that third quarter, brought the Lobos all the way back, but a fourth quarter owned by the SaberCats, especially from the line. There, Mackey gets both feet underneath her. That stroke is out there, knocks it down. 10 points now, time running, 5 left here to play. Down court, kick back out Guzman, and a foul called. That actually brought groans from both sides on a touch foul. Even the officials going, okay, I called a foul with less than a second left, and that might not have been the one that we could have called, but that's okay. You see it, you call it.
We digress, yeah.
So shot by West is up and good. Second one coming. Like to also remind you that next week, as this game here in Rocky Mountain, 63-51, the SaberCats do win after a solid fourth quarter from the free throw line. Next week, we're going to have a doubleheader again, girls and boys both, at Collins at Fossil Ridge. Stay tuned also for the second half of the broadcast and halftime of the boys game. We'll have Coach Chad Sauls from the SaberCats talk about his season and the game tonight. So for Cody McCoy, Sean Corbett's on camera, I'm David Haase. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back for the boys game next.
Poudre School District High School basketball, live on Stream It Sports and PSD Channel 10, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil, your local fuel company. By University of Colorado Health, we improve lives from healthcare to health. By Pedersen Toyota, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in northern Colorado.